community also. All right, so how to effectively navigate through multiple roles in technology. All right, it's a code word, right? I said multiple roles in technology, right? So somebody will say, hey, dude, what am I talking about? Am I saying roles within different projects within your organization or within your space? You're doing multiple roles. Well, let me jump to the elephant in the room, right? The elephant in the room that made most of us come here to speak and brainstorm is really the concept of multiple jobs. Let's keep it simple. That's really why we want to talk about, that's why we're here tonight, really, to brainstorm on, multiple jobs. Today, I'm sure whether you guys saw the statistics, Experian went crazy. They kind of fired a lot of people because they, Experian run our credits. They can find out a lot of details. They now use the same data to reverse engineer their own staff and found out that most of the IT folks had multiple jobs. Okay, they fired a lot of people. Now, personally, everybody has their perspective to what they think about the concept of working multiple jobs, right? It's not illegal. It might be an ethical borderline thing. I will let that debate be open to anyone's interpretation. It doesn't matter to me. I have my personal view about it. I'll keep it to that. But what I know is I'll take my chance on our folks working hard than our folks being slothful, right? If you're dinging a community, you're dinging me for working hard. I love it. That's what, ding me for doing that. That's perfect. I'll take my chance in working hard anytime, right? So that's just me. It doesn't mean it's right, but I believe, working hard is a virtue. It's a badge of honor. Fire me for working hard. I'll take it as a badge of honor. So no big deal. All right. So currently engaged on multi-projects or you're thinking about it. A lot of you on this call, possibly a few of us already doing it, somebody thinking about it, but it's important to be effective and figure out the right way if you decide to make such a call as a professional, especially in the technology space. So we just want to approach it from that point of view. I'll be quick so that we can have a lot of time to kind of speak. And guys, ladies, if you don't mind, we have a chat forum, quick housekeeping. Feel free to chat some questions, anything you need to clarify. Occasionally, I'll ask you to type a few things and, we can just roll with it and enjoy this session together, really. It's going to be quite interactive as much as we can. Share your perspective, especially during our breakout section. You don't have to disclose to anyone you're working multiple jobs. Please don't disclose. Just, we will use our discretion, right? So do your thing. Use your judgment, and that's all I'll say. But at the minimum, I want us to know the tools, effective ways of making it work, adding value to your organization too, very important, and also having some sanity yourself as a professional, okay? All right, let's go to the next one. All right, okay, the do's. Let's talk about the do's. For those people that are working multiple gigs, roles, jobs, whatever you want to call it, there are some do's that we think are very critical and essential in that process. It's a no-brainer, ladies and gentlemen, we're on this call. If you're a starter, it's not necessarily a smart idea to work multiple jobs. It's a no-brainer. That's not rocket science. If you just did a training and you're thinking of multiple jobs immediately, that's a stretch. I think that might not be the most smart of things immediately, right? It makes sense to take the time, build your capacity, then you would know if it is an option you want to take afterwards. But don't call and say to someone, oh, well, I did a training in, DevOps, cybersecurity, Scrum Master, and I want 2 jobs straight up. I think that might be borderline reckless, right? Because it will be a lot of pressure on you. You will not deliver value to your clients, and that makes no sense, really. Especially if you're in leadership. Most of you on this call, or some of us on this call, are in leadership position, and we want to be fair and reasonable, right? You want your staff to maximize their potential within your organization. As long as they are doing that, then, many times, I don't care. If you are not adding value and you're doing one job, then it's still useless to me. If you are doing 20 jobs, but you're adding value to me, all right, thumbs up to you. I have no clue what you're doing, but it's working. It's all about value driven. At the end of the day, are we adding value? Okay, let's talk about some do's. All right, so because we know remote here is going to be here for the long haul. I know a lot of people have said so many things. Oh, well, because of people are going back to the office, it's going to stop, blah, blah, blah. I think for us in technology, it's BS. It's here to stay for most tech folks. It's going to be our new normal because I know if you don't make that part of your model, you're going to be close line irrelevant. By the virtue of my role, for one of the big top consulting firm, I'm the head of delivery of operational technology in North America in cybersecurity. And I know from a strategy point of view, within multiple organizations, we have no choice. The genie is out. If not, you're going to lose your best hand. So there's no option. It's simple. These guys are the most sought after professionals in the world. So if you tell me today a DevOps superstar in your team, you're going to let them go because you want them to come to the office. You're just a loser yourself because they will go and they will get 3 jobs in 3 hours, possibly, because the demand is crazy, right? So the genie is gone. Now, I'm not saying all roles would require you to be remote, but I'm saying a lot of tech jobs, it's now part of the leadership strategy to keep their talent because other organizations are offering them better opportunities to work from home. So if your model does not include that, you're going to lose in the talent pool, as simple as that. And that could be a disaster for you as an organization. So I think it doesn't mean I'm right, but I think the genie is gone for technology folks. A lot of tech folks will be working from home. It's going to be our new normal for a long time. Okay, now don't quote me. The world might go crazy again. Something happened. We don't know. Nobody would have believed COVID would happen like a few years ago, right? So, all right, let's go to the next thing. 1, the do's, healthy living. I love this so much. Without 1, everything is 0, right? Your health, without the health for you and I, your work, your money, your family, your dreams is going to be 0. And if you guys agree with that, can you give me a thumbs up? Without health, everything else is gone. Do we agree? If you agree, give me a thumbs up. Just be nice. Give me a thumbs up. Let's go, guys. Give me a thumbs up if you agree with me. Without health in everything, think about let's just, this is so, I know, we're thinking of working. I get it. But priority number 1, everybody on this call, virtually every one of us have had that drill, but you must look out for your health. And that brings me to another one. If you've not done checkup this year, go for it. Go for your checkup, everybody. I know checkup, good checkup. So very important. If your health is suffering, everything else is useless, really. A lot of us have been primary caregivers to people that are sick, and we can see the way it impacts all of us life, right? So it's important. You must, when you work multiple gigs, it's very tempting, and you realize that the day is going so fast. Sometimes you've not eaten, you don't take a walk, you're just on your laptop. Yes, every Friday you smile. When you get those 2 weeks paycheck, yes, exciting. The house is happy, So thank you, Yemi. Everybody go for a checkup. So it's important. Rule number 1, your health. You must walk. You must be mobile. If you are the gym type, whatever you do, put an alarm for yourself to eat. Because sometimes, yes, I get it. You have so much going on with 2, 3 jobs or whatever you're doing, and you even forget to eat. Take vitamins if you have to, supplement, whatever makes your life easy. It's a priority. If this is missing, everything else is useless. So very important, healthy living. Let me summarize it real quick. Exercising, eating healthy. Now, if you're working 2, 3 jobs, somebody said not just eating. If you're working 2, 3 jobs, it's fair to say, please don't starve yourself of good food. All right. Don't get nasty on me here. But at the end of the day, this is a huge, big piece of the puzzle, right? If you are working multiple jobs, it's fair to say, you have good money. So buy the best of meal to take care of yourself. Another big one, I was thinking, guys, ladies, take some time off. Enjoy it. I know it sounds crazy. You're working crazy hard. It's mostly working from remote, right? Fly out Thursday, fly to Cancun, wherever you want to do, chill. Go to Colorado, mountainside, hiking, whatever. Take your laptop, just go chill somewhere. You know, mentally just get yourself tuned off too. Make time for friends and loved ones. Yeah, it's extremely important because you want the social connection. Enjoy the working 2, 3 jobs, but consciously make time for friends and loved ones. It's not a time to become a recluse. You're just on your own, and your quality of life will diminish. Get enough sleep. Extremely important. In the midst of the process, you must consciously figure a way to tune off. You just have to tune off the engine mentally and shut down everything for a few minutes, second, whatever. Get enough sleep. Now, I'm throwing this out there. There's somebody on this call, a few people on this call currently going through this cycle. You're working crazy. You're putting the time, you're putting the hours, you're robbing yourself of sleep. You're denying yourself of your friends and loved ones. You're not taking time off. You're not eating right. You don't have time for exercise. You're just respectfully a dynamite about to explode. Your health will suffer for it. So chill pill. Let's type real quick. Everybody, let's do it. Chill pill. Let's say chill pill. If you don't mind, let's go. Chill pill. Chill pill. If you're working crazy and you think the world will end because you're working crazy, take a chill pill, everybody. Let's go. Let's go. Chill pill, everybody. Trust me, guys. The world will not end. Don't worry. Chill pill. I love you. Yemi, you're awesome. I like that icon. Chill pill. Chill pill. Very important. Take it, yeah, I would take this over anything. This is the best problem our community should have. Whatever anyone says to me, my opinion is BS, really. That people are working hard, multiple jobs. That's, to me, it's a distraction. Pay your taxes. Yeah, as long as you do that, Uncle Sam is happy. Work hard. We do that. Proud of that. So that's not an issue. But make sure we take care of ourselves. Very important. Okay, let's go. Self-management, we're not going to say time management because technically time is not going, we are going, right? So the reality is we are the ones going. Time is going nowhere, guys. So let's be practical. Time is going nowhere. We are the one going. You look back and say, oh my God, I have white beard. Oh Lord, look at my picture when I was younger, blah, blah, blah. Time is not going. We are the one going. Time is just infinite, right? It's always there. However, let's see. For us, we need to just learn to manage ourselves, self-management. Invest in day planners, really, especially if you have multiple projects, multiple gigs. So anytime I say project is my code word for multiple gigs, right? So multiple projects, right? So you get what I mean? If you don't get it, forget about it. All right, so the point is that figure a way to effectively plan your day. Whatever works for you, do it. I'll just tell you what I typically do in the past. Get a planner for the week. On Sunday evening, whatever time works for you, plan your week, visually look at your week, and see your week in your hands visually. I'm old school, right? A lot of you are tech folks with your iPads. Get the paper like this, just draw lines, 7 lines, put the week and see the week straight up, and simplify your task, put your task. Don't overwhelm yourself with to-do list, right? Just keep it simple. It might be your top 3 priority items for the day, and try your best to hit those tasks specifically, right? So I think if you're working multiple jobs, there is no shortcut to that. You need to manage yourself, because what we don't want, and I've seen this a lot, and I think for me, because I believe so much in excellence personally, and I'm sure a lot of us do, I personally don't feel comfortable with somebody taking multiple roles and not putting excellence in it. I think it's not cool. I think if you make that choice to do multiple roles, it's important to put in efficiency to be able to be equally valuable and add value to those roles. Don't pick up roles because you feel, just my thought process, because you feel I just want to pick it up, make money without doing anything. Some folks will tell me, well, I just want to pick it up, do orientation after 2 months and quit and make the money. All right, on paper it's good, but think of legacy, ladies and gentlemen. Think about it and say, you're representing a brand. It's important. Your brand must be excellence and quality. So in your mind, mentally, the reason you can't just do that is because think about legacy. You're going to think about the next folks coming after us, because if I mess it up, I'm messing it up just not for me. Think beyond you. Really, very important, folks. You must think beyond yourself. And I'm challenging everybody on this call. I challenge everybody on this call, consciously desire to be in leadership role. Very, very important. The reason it's important is the way we can have a lot of minority professionals hired in top places in the world is if we have other minority professionals in leadership position. That's as simple as that. I don't know how else to say it. Yes, for now we want to make money. I get it. Make money for our family, ourselves. Excellent job. That's, we're hard workers. I get that. But we must think beyond that. I'm challenging us to think beyond that, because that is just taking care of you and family. But let's take care of legacy and say, you know what, we want to see it beyond and say, you know what, we are leaders, we make decisions, we can, and the ripple effect is crazy. It means folks that have staffing business within our team, they can have business because of us. Folks that want to think about sourcing in the continent of, Caribbean, Africa, wherever it is, they can also make that decision because they have people in decision-making position. So very important with desire for that. So I'm throwing that out there for us too, that, as we find ourselves in multiple projects, along the line at some point, think leadership too. Very important, okay? All right, before you choose a second gig, think. Very important, folks, listen. For the experienced folks, yes, you get it. Yeah, the fundamentals are straight. Yeah, we want economy to have more money, new skill, stability in case there's a layoff. You have a backup. Everybody knows that, hey, there might be recession. There's so many back and forth. So people are having multiple jobs to say, well, in case one of them goes, I have one to rest my back on. In case both of them go, then God be with you. So, but that's life. But the bottom line is, just as much as possible, everybody has their reason and motivation for doing a second gig. If your motivation is just money, great. Along the line, you see where I'm going to with this. In the long term, I personally think, especially if you are doing more than two jobs, your quality of life will diminish. I think your health will eventually suffer at some point. And so it's important you would decide, right? You have to think. Think about what you want to do. If it's what you want, then go for it. But make sure you have a very clear picture of where the why behind it and the intent and what you would actually give up in the process. So think, that's the bottom line about it. Manage your money. I want to throw this in. I know a few of my buddies here, Yemi's here. A lot of my financial group folks are here. We guys, all of us know that it's important right now because potentially there's going to be a recession maybe. And if there is, all of us must learn to manage our money. Now, one thing I'll throw out there, don't change your lifestyle. Yes, I throw that out to everybody. You're making, suddenly, you make 100K before. Now you're doing 3 jobs, you're making 350 or 300K. Yeah, it's always smart. Don't change your lifestyle. Keep your lifestyle, treat yourself. I get it, but make sure you manage your money well, okay? Because if you don't, it's become pressure. You've increased your lifestyle, you lose one of the roles, then it becomes pressure, things will fall apart. So I'll let you guys figure that out. Protect your first job. One thing I'll throw out to you all, everyone doing a multiple gig knows the main gig. Yes, everybody know doing a multiple gig. If you don't know your main gig, then please, you better know your main gig. Your main gig is the one that that, this other two, I can fire you guys and I'll walk away. But this main gig, exactly, the cornerstone. So you must know your cornerstone. Whatever your cornerstone is, you must. And it means your cornerstone is the one you don't even mess with, right? That one is the one you have to always protect because that's the main show, right? So it's important you understand early which of them is the main show. Then the other ones, still treat them with excellence. That's the key word for me. Put the value, the excellence in it. If you don't desire to put excellence in your work and take pride in your work and your brand, then I personally think you have no business doing multiple gigs. To me, yes, you do it because you just want to make money, but it's not legacy driven. You know, if you decide you want to take a new role, put excellence in the role too. Put work. That means what? Let's be fair. It means now, not most of the time, but most of the time it means if I used to work 8 to 5 and I just put 4 hours typically, it means because you're doing 2 jobs, you probably will put extra hours. Some weekends you might have to work. Sorry. Yeah, because you're doing 2 jobs. Now it gets even crazier when you're doing 3 jobs. Some weekends you have to work. And don't feel bad about it because, remember every 2 weeks, the smile that comes out of your mouth when those paychecks just fly in, you feel like you've done like some money charm, good for you. But so you have to put the work, I think. Again, excellence is everything to me. Your operational excellence, put the work, the quality. And if you cannot put the quality in what you're doing and take pride in it, then I feel you think about it more because I think that's your brand. That's what you represent. That's what people see you as. But if you're ready to put the quality, the time, the excellence, go for it. Why not? Absolutely. All right. The don'ts. We've said all the do's. All right. Somebody said, as a starter, how do I become effective in hybrid role? Who address those after this? And I have a lot of mentors on this call. Let me quickly acknowledge some of them in case I missed it. Anderson, DevOps leader, excellent. Nice to have you on board, sir. He and I were chatting today. And, as part of our give back, and we've been doing this every Tuesday, a lot of you on the call already, Yemi, Bumi, a lot of great luminaries, really. It's one love for us. We acknowledge our other partners from CyberOps, CyberSoc, and Scrum team, a lot of other folks just joined because these are topics that affect all of us across the board. It's not a sales time, it's just a need for us as a community. Very important things we need to know because if one of us is down, it affects all of us really. Okay, the don'ts. The don'ts are simple, guys, ladies. Let's keep it simple. So straight to the point. Shh. Can we all type shh, real quick? I know I get a little bit cheesy with stuff like this. Let's type shh, real quick. Everybody, I want us to all type this one. This is one of the sweetest part of it. Can we all do this, please? You can make it crazy. Make yours loud and just say shh. Let's go, everybody. Let's go. Let's go, everybody. I need everybody to do this, please. Very important. Yep, yep. All right. This is so important, guys, ladies. This is so critical. One of the big things is that a lot of us don't know when to shut the hell up, really. We have to shut up. A few folks who flaunt it on social media. I'm working multiple gigs. I'm making it, 800K and all that nonsense. Think about it, guys. Let's think together. Think about it. Think about it. Don't complicate this. All right. So, I'm a leader in my organization too, right? Guess what? I bring in an analyst today working for me, right? Maybe making 6 digits too. And the analyst has 2 other jobs somewhere, right? And the analyst is not delivering the way I want. So in my mind, I'm already thinking, okay, something is going weird, right? Okay, so that's a concern to start with. Okay, let's leave that for a second. Let's use the human part of it. Analyst is making probably close to what a VP is making because they are working 3 gig. VP cannot go and work 3 gig because people will know that, Mr. VP, you are VP in this big company. How come you are the one also doing 3? So it gets really weird. The humanity kicks in. People get, I don't want to say jealous, but people get a little bit protective that, wait a minute, this guy will not even respect you again because they look at you and say, all right, you are the suffering head. I don't care. Do all the nonsense. I have 4 jobs I'm doing. So the simple strategy, ladies and gentlemen, just keep it. Don't talk about it. Do your thing. Do your life. And just let's keep it simple. Don't complicate it. Don't flaunt it. Don't put it on social media. I'm not saying you can't say with your circle of influence, but just keep quiet, really. As simple as that. Don't brag about it. Let your big balling life show it. When we see your new house, your new car, you know, Otumba, Model X, and all the cool stuff, then we might start screaming at, dude, what's going on here? But just don't flaunt it. Okay. All right, cool. Big one, don't sit for too long. Now, I know this might be but I've seen a lot of people have medical issue because of something as simple as this. We don't want that. Get this back foam thingy, and put it behind you, because before you know it, you're going to sit a lot, right? A lot of work is work, right? So you want to make sure at least you live long to enjoy your labor. So make sure your back is not, and this is a big problem. This can mess you up big time. Yep, it sounds simple, but back issue can become a complication that can mess you up in the long term. So let's take care of that early. Yeah, I like that. Invest in an executive chair. Thank me later. Yep, thank you, Yemi. That's a good one. Yep, let's make sure we do something like that. That's really, really important, please. All right. Don't change your lifestyle. Plan your life with one income the way you've lived. Invest in assets, smart move, land, second home, stuff that have asset, not liability as much as possible. So that when you look back and you say, well, you suffered all this time, you worked hard, at least you can look back and say, well, your land has not been stolen. Stock market is not affecting your land. You can still see it, or your second home. So Very Desk, thank you, Otumba. Very Desk is a good investment also. Okay, excellent. I think we should take a look at that too. Excellent, excellent. Finally, have fun. And one thing I always love, I share this all the time: be ready to walk away if overly stressed. It's not that serious, people. Can we type that? Can we say it's not that serious? Because think about it, we all lived on one income before, right? Before this whole thing blew open. So it's not that serious. Let's type. It's not that serious. It's not that serious. Yeah, somebody say, hey, dude, man, I've been making this big money now. It's serious now. Don't worry. It's not that serious. We'll still be fine. We'll be fine. All of us will be fine. Yeah, we've been fine with one income. So having 2, 3 extra income, come on, guys, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. Yeah, we just, we might not do some extra big things, but we'll be fine. So be ready to walk away. Very important, ladies and gentlemen. Sometimes I will tell you this for sure. It gets overwhelming. It can be stressful. It can be draining. And sometimes, especially when family is involved, maybe family events or changing family situation, whatever it is, prioritize your family first, your life, and be ready to walk away from it. It's just to work. Honestly, everybody's different. As long as we're putting food in our table for our family, even if you are doing Uber, we love you. Dignity in labor, whatever you do, we respect it. But if it gets to the point you're killing your health, it's crazy, be ready to just walk away, let it go, let it go. Finally, let's say let it go. I love that word, let it go, let it go. I'm not saying quit your job now, but be ready to let it go. And I mean it, guys. It might, sound like a cliche, but be ready to let it go. And let me tell you what that does for you mentally. Anytime you prepare your mind that you can let it go, for some reason, you just realize you don't have pressure. Yeah, what's the big deal? It's just a job at the end of the day. Let it go. Worst case, if things don't work, you have family issue, you have other things, let it go. You get a new job, save, let it go. No big deal. Excellent. So what I would like us to do, we're going to do a quick, hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is one of the biggest part of it. Now, when we do this breakout section for 15 minutes, it's one of the coolest things, guys. Some people on the call will be saying things, right? Please take them serious. They won't want to come out and tell you that, hey, we are doing multiple jobs. But I tell you, most of us on this call, most people on this call, I can guarantee you, there are multiple stuff going on, right? That's fine. Hey, they're doing, we're proud of them. You're putting hard work. But so when you guys, the breakout session, I want us to just talk about how do you take care of yourself? I know I've said a lot of things, but I just want to see people's perspective. Number two, how do you differently, manage your funds? Because a lot of people work. What are the options out there to put those resources into things that will make sense for them? Because you don't want to look back, you've worked so hard and it's not adding up. Then thirdly, how to choose your second job. What are the things that comes in mind? Now, there's one thing I didn't put in. I want to quickly sneak it in. Please, everybody on this call, understand the tax implication. Can we type that real quick? Everybody, type tax implication. Please, you must type it. Everybody must type it. You must type it. Oh, Lord, you must type it, please. Type tax implication. You must understand the tax implication. You must type it, everybody. Please, you must type this, please. If you forget everything, don't forget this part. Oh, Lord, have mercy. You will see your bill and you work so hard and you don't want to see a bill of 120K that you're owing. And it will happen so easily, you'll be shocked that, oh my God. You'll be trembling because you're happy already, you have all this exciting big money, and realize that, oh Lord, have mercy. My tax bracket has gone crazy. It's gone bonkers. Now I owe all this tax. Believe it, it will happen if you don't figure it out now. Meet your tax folks. The day you get an offer of a second job, the next step, go and talk to your tax attorney immediately. You'll thank me later, guys. I guarantee you. You'll thank me later. You just come and hug me. You can bribe me, send me some. Somebody said index universalize is a good way to save all the extra money to my people. Okay, all right. Somebody's doing sales pitch. I like that. You guys are good business folks. IICPA, somebody said, I love this. Otuba said, unfortunately, when the tax bill comes, the cash is no more there. Now, listen, folks, some of this we might be laughing about it, but you better learn from a lot of us here giving you pointers. When we give you pointers, we may not want to say it's us, right? But this is real. This is reality, folks. Everyone on this call, we have our, war stories. So take advantage of it. So we're going to do a quick breakout session. It will be very quick, 10 minutes. And for folks new to our call, we normally have breakout sessions for like 10 minutes. We just talk about it because I want to get out of the picture. There are a lot of professionals on this call that have different perspectives. And I'll join some of those calls too. Let's talk for like 10 minutes. And you don't have to follow what I said here. You can just talk. I think the call, I would like, when you're on the call now, just share ways people can take care of themselves when they are working. Then give people some ideas of what has been effective. You can tell them that I heard this is effective. Okay, we know, we get it. Okay, don't ask, don't tell. You just say, hey, I heard it is effective. All right, we get it. So I think it's very important so that we can hear from other people's perspective. So let's take a quick break. Then when we come back, Anderson, if you're on the call, and definitely Otumba, if you don't mind, I would like you to speak for like, if it's for a minute. Then Bumi's on the call, just a minute. I would like other folks that I know they are leaders in their sphere of influence as professionals. So just give us some insight too. All right, let's take a quick breakout section and we'll do that for 10 minutes and let's have fun, guys. It will be fun. Thank you, everybody. We'll keep it brief. Just anyone can just take the lead in their groups. We'll just chat and have fun. Thank you, everybody. All right, welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much. This was really, really a blast, guys. I mean, if you guys don't mind, let's give it up for ourselves. Let's just put some thumbs up for everybody. That was excellent. I jumped into most of the conversation. That was great, guys. Let me recap. Then once we recap, I'll just quickly bring a few of our folks to just talk 1 minute to kind of give us some of their insights so that the larger group will benefit from it. And I'll just unmute them real quick. So what did I hear in the group? Family and wellness is key. Everybody, I love one of our sisters, I don't remember who, she mentioned the way she and her husband kind of work together to say, okay, we need to make this work, because the truth is that something is going to give. Family will be impacted. Sometimes it affects the school, the kids' grade, the kids' events. So something normally gives, right? So I thought that was brilliant, really. It means as a couple, as a family, you all agree to say, okay, we have to have a plan. So I think it's important for family, couples, whatever your arrangement is, have a plan, and whatever your plan is should be something that would consider not just yourself, the family, the kids too, also very important. Somebody said the cornerstone, always identify your cornerstone. Somebody talked about time zone, very important also. Sometimes the time zone works in your favor. I have someone that has a gig that I think starts around starts 11 a.m., which is awesome, right? So if you have team offshore in India, busy morning from like 7 to 11, you're done with that project. Then you now start your second job 11. So just brilliant, really, it works well. Everything is doable, like somebody said, but at what expense? Many times for short term, yes, but for long term, think twice about it. Don't overcommit. I love somebody, and again, guys, I join all of you call in between. Don't overcommit. Always find a way to negotiate timing. So if a project is supposed to be, due maybe within a day, if you can negotiate for 2 days, perfect. That works perfect for you. Let's see. If sleepy, take a nap. I know Tumba talked about the flexible chairs, also very, very important. So that was a summary, going around everybody's thing. We like to stick to time here. So we have 3 minutes to go. Max 9:02, we're out of here. So I'd like a few people to talk. Otumba, I'm going to unmute you. Just give us some insights in general, some of your recommended best practice. Then I would unmute Yemi also. Otumba, I'm just unmuting you. Over to you, sir.
Okay, all right, cool. Thank you. Okay, so let me just continue with what I was talking on the breakout group regarding getting this second job. Some of us that are new in the field, I normally would advise, like that's something I advise my protege is like, okay, we're new, you just finished training, you claiming to have 2 or 3 years of work experience, that's getting on the job. Wait on getting a second gig till you increase your confidence level on the job. 6, 7 months. You do your resume in a way that you have like about 2 years, 3 years of experience, which is basically going to reduce expectation from your new employers. Because if you say you have 2 or 3 years, they're going to, expectation is not going to be much. And, you will have the opportunity to learn and to grow. 6, 7 months, your expectation will have grown, your confidence level will have increased. Then you can now start, looking at, what next to do. You can decide to now revamp your resume and put 4 or 5 years so that you can start getting those big figure money or look for a second gig.
Otumba, can you help me with one question? Somebody asked a question. She said, can you please briefly talk about how to choose a second job to avoid conflict with the first job? Well, how to avoid conflict. Can you give me some insight?
Okay, so normally, the first thing I normally will do, like if you're working in a central time zone, you're looking for either an Eastern time zone second job or a Western time zone second job. That's like, because if you start with Eastern time, maybe your day is going to start at like 7 o'clock, which is their own 8 o'clock. By the time it's 10 o'clock, which is 9 o'clock in Central, that's things are going to start kicking off, you've already put in almost like about 3 hours in Eastern time, and meetings and everything will reduce. So it will reduce the clash of multiple meetings on the same time slot. And the same thing in Western, in the CST. Okay, this is EST, CST, and Pacific. So that's one thing that you want to put into consideration. Different time zones, and maybe another thing you want to look at, maybe different different environment. No, is the word is not environment. Different industry. If you're working, there's high possibility of clash of people. For example, someone working in EY and you get in a second gig in, let's say PwC, you're setting yourself up for failure, basically. You want to do maybe one full banking job that's industry based, and another maybe consulting on the side that's maybe like a contract consulting job and everything. So that's always the best approach.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
That was very helpful. Thank you. Excellent job. Thank you, sir. All right, I know we are past the time. Let's just 2 more minutes. Is Anderson on the call? Can you give me thumbs up so I can just bring you to just give us 1 or 2 comments? Then Yemi will finalize it for us. Anderson, can you give me thumbs up? Sorry, I can't see you. Anderson is one of our DevOps leaders. I wanted him to just give us some chat. I don't see you though, Anderson. Okay, probably dropped. All right, Yemi. Kabiosi. Yemi, where are you? Hope Yemi didn't drop on me. Yemi, let me find you. Oh, Anderson. Okay. Sorry, Anderson. Okay, let me find you, Anderson. Give me 1 second, please. All right. Yemi, quickly give us a quick one, then Anderson will wrap this up for us. Over to you, Yemi. Thank you.
Okay, I thought I was going with the showstopper. I didn't see you pull the fast one. Well, I just want to say one thing you guys have to do is with picking a second job, make sure the companies are not related, because for example, IBM they have a contractual agreement with the company called Kyndryl that was part of IBM before. So those kind of things, or if the company is having a contract with that company or does business. So some things you might want to do some additional research that these companies are not related anyhow. But the key thing is always use your calendar real good, because I've gotten dinged so many times because I just simple things like putting in my time. So what I did now, and it was just like inventing fire during my team meeting, just having a calendar saying put in your time. And some projects you have to put in your time, because I'm into consulting. You got to put in your time in the main company. You got to put in your time in the contracts too. Then also make your work environment, which is kind of hard, very organized, like you're in the office. So those are the few things. And like I said, you will thank me later. Invest in that chair, because that's the very, very key part of your working environment. And also get reliable internet service. Then also, like they said, with your team, each company are flexible. So if you're up there in management, you could always, choose to decline a meeting, or you could propose a new time. So all those things are at your availability. So things don't have to conflict. That's
Thank you so much. Thank you, Yemi. Amazing. That was great. Yemi, you might have to text us that name of the chair so the whole group can see it. And over to you, Anderson. Let's wrap up with Anderson. Anderson, one of our mentors on the DevOps side. Thank you so much, sir, for joining. Over to you, Anderson. Let's wrap up with you.
Yeah. Hi, how you doing? Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
Oh, awesome. All right. So so I'm Anderson. I'm on the other side with the DevOps group. Yemi's one of our main guys over there. I just found out he's well known everywhere now. Great stuff.
He's our godfather, he's everywhere.
Yeah, he helps keep people in check with the DevOps group as well. He's a very resourceful person. I have about 5 things that I'll say. I hopefully will take 1 minute or two. Um, I noticed, Akin, that you said something that was so important. I don't know if people caught that, but legacy to me or to every organization is one of the most important thing. Legacy in the sense that the mark that you leave is more than money. People are known for their character, and also that trickles down to who you are and how you conduct business. So that's number one. Number two is always find a purpose in what you do. Money's not everything. It comes, it goes, but purpose, I believe, is one of the biggest thing. Like, I run the DevOps group, and I always encourage people to, when if you see or if you can identify that there's something that we are not doing, jump in there. Don't be that spectator. Don't always be a spectator. Don't come here and just watch people. Look for something that you can bring on the table. That's what makes you valuable as a team member, and that also reflects on your job that you do on a daily basis. Okay, and then number three is the mindset of work. Okay, always try to think as an entrepreneur. Don't you? I come from an entrepreneurial background, and one thing that my dad always beat in my head is if you work for somebody, you'll never be rich. So don't always have that mindset of work, work, work. Okay, think of what you can, think of building your own stuff. Okay, the mindset of work is like if you are not there, you will not make money. But think of not being there and making money, and that's entrepreneurial perspective. All right, always think of starting your own stuff. All right, and then the fourth item I'm going to talk about here is don't do 2 jobs with W2. Okay, do one job with W2 and the other one should be a 1099. I'm not going to go too much into detail with this. It could take a long time to talk about this, but don't do it. Don't do 2 jobs with W2 because there's a database. People don't know, these guys get happy with 2, 3 jobs, but you don't understand that there's a database that track your time that employers have access to, that they can see that you are doing more than 2, 3 jobs and people are getting in trouble. And not long from now, later on down the line, when things have calmed down, that's when a lot of people will get in trouble because you cannot justify, especially if you work for the government, that you are in 1 or 3 different jobs at the same time. That's called stealing. That means that you are not being efficient at your job. Number two, you are falsifying documents because you are in 3 different places at the same time. That's not possible. All right, so think about that. Then the last point I'm trying, or I would add here is that it's just the truth that Mr. Akin was saying. You cannot be effective doing 2 or 3 jobs. It's almost impossible as a human. Okay, so the most look for a side project that can actually also make you money. Most of these top 10 big five or Mac companies always had a project on the side. If you look at guys that started Python, all these guys, they started those things as a side project. So maybe you might want to invest time also in a small project that can potentially go big. So I would stop there. There's a lot of stuff we could talk about, but that's the most
And
crucial
Anderson,
point.
I think at some point, if you don't mind, if you honor us, we'll bring you back. I mean, I love your perspective, and my brother, you're impactful. That was really amazing. Really, I'm taking notes
Thank
with
you.
that. That's
Thank you.
amazing.
Thank you.
Really well. And
Good
again,
to be
guys,
here.
it's a pleasure, sir. And again, thank you for hanging out with us. We try to keep the time, but I hope this was impactful. Can we all give a shout out to everybody that contributed? Anderson, Yemi, Bumi, my folks on the call, every one of you, you guys are super awesome. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to everybody. More wins, everybody. Go shine. Thank you, everybody.